Often, we associate sharing our faith with formal settings, church services, mission trips, or structured Bible studies, but the most impactful opportunities to share the transformative power of our beliefs frequently arise in the ordinary moments of life, making it essential to explore practical ways to share your faith in everyday conversations. This lesson will explore authentic methods for weaving faith into our daily interactions, moving beyond mere theological discourse to genuine connection. 1. Listening, the foundation of connection. Before speaking, prioritize listening. True communication begins with understanding another person's heart. Ask open-ended questions. How has your week been? Or what's been on your mind lately? Pay attention to their responses, both verbal and nonverbal. Seek to understand their joys, struggles, and concerns. When someone feels heard, they're more receptive to what you have to say. This creates a safe space for meaningful dialogue. Key verse: everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. James 1:19. Prayerful dependence. Before initiating a conversation, take a moment to pray. Ask God for wisdom, the right words, and a heart that reflects His love. Personal reflection. Consider times when you felt truly listened to. How did it make you feel? How can you cultivate that same sense of genuine connection with others? 2. Sharing your story. Authenticity over argument. Instead of preaching or debating, share personal experiences of how your faith has impacted your life. Focus on stories of hope, resilience, or transformation. People connect with authenticity, not abstract concepts. Be vulnerable. Share both the triumphs and the challenges, demonstrating that faith isn't about perfection, but about journeying with God. Example: I used to struggle with anxiety, but finding peace through prayer has really changed my perspective. One time, when I was in a stressful situation at work, I felt overwhelmed, but I took a moment to pray, and I felt a sense of calm that I can't explain, that allowed me to handle the situation much better. Key verse: they triumphed over him by the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of their testimony. Revelation 12:11. Practical application. Write down a few short stories of how your faith has influenced your life. Practice telling them in a conversational, relatable way. 3. Finding common ground. Building bridges, not walls. Look for shared values or experiences. Most people, regardless of their beliefs, value things like kindness, compassion, and hope. Start with these commonalities. I really appreciate your dedication to your family. That's something I deeply value too. Gradually, you can introduce how your faith informs those values. Avoid language that alienates or judges. Focus on building bridges of understanding rather than erecting walls of division. Key verse: I have become all things to all people so that by all possible means I might save some. 1 Corinthians 9:22. Personal reflection. What are some values you hold in common with people who have different beliefs? How can you use those shared values to initiate meaningful conversations? 4. Living your faith. Actions speak louder than words. Your actions are a powerful testimony. Consistent acts of kindness, integrity, and compassion speak volumes. Be a person of your word. Let your life reflect the values you profess. Offer help to those in need, even if it's a small gesture. People are more likely to be curious about your faith when they see it lived out in your daily life. Practical application. Identify one practical way you can demonstrate your faith through your actions this week. It could be volunteering, offering a helping hand, or simply being more patient and understanding. 5. Seizing everyday opportunities. Moments of grace. Recognize that opportunities to share your faith can arise in unexpected moments. A conversation with a coworker, a chat with a neighbor, or a shared experience with a stranger. Be sensitive to the Holy Spirit's prompting. Sometimes, a simple word of encouragement or a prayer offered in sincerity can make a profound difference. Avoid forcing conversations and respect people's boundaries. Be ready to share a word of hope when appropriate. Personal reflection. Reflect on a time when a seemingly ordinary interaction turned into a moment of spiritual significance. How can you become more attuned to these opportunities in your daily life? Conclusion. A journey of connection. Sharing your faith isn't about converting everyone you meet. It's about building genuine connections, sharing your personal journey, and allowing the light of your faith to shine through your words and actions. It's a journey of connection, of empathy, and of allowing God to work through you in the ordinary moments of life. Remember, God is always working, and we are called to be ready to join in that work. Challenge. This week, be intentional about sharing your faith in a natural, everyday conversation. Ask God to present an opportunity and step out in faith when it arises. Frequently asked questions. Facts. Isn't sharing my faith in everyday conversations intrusive or pushy? Sharing your faith should be about genuine connection, not forceful conversion. Prioritize listening, building relationships, and sharing your personal experiences authentically. Respect others' boundaries and avoid judgmental language. I'm afraid I'll say the wrong thing or won't know how to answer tough questions. What should I do? It's okay not to have all the answers. Focus on sharing your own journey and experiences. If you don't know an answer, be honest and offer to find resources or explore the question together. Prayerfully depend on the Holy Spirit to guide your words. How do I find opportunities to share my faith in my busy daily life? Opportunities often arise in ordinary moments, conversations with coworkers, neighbors, or even strangers. Be intentional about building relationships and listening attentively. Also, pray for God to open doors for you to share your faith. What if someone rejects my faith or becomes defensive? Respect their decision and avoid arguing. Remember that your role is to plant seeds, not to force growth. Focus on demonstrating love and kindness, even in the face of rejection. How do I balance sharing my faith with respecting other people's beliefs? Look for common ground, shared values, and mutual respect. Avoid language that alienates or judges. Focus on building bridges of understanding and demonstrating love in action. What are some practical ways to start a conversation about faith? Start with open-ended questions about their life, interests, or challenges. Share a personal story of how your faith has impacted your life. Offer a word of encouragement or a prayer. How important is it that my actions match my words in sharing my faith? Extremely important. Actions speak louder than words. Live out your faith with integrity, kindness, and compassion. Let your life be a testimony to the transformative power of your beliefs. I feel nervous about sharing my faith. How can I overcome my fear? Remember that sharing your faith isn't about you, but about God's love. Pray for courage and trust that the Holy Spirit will guide you. Practice sharing your story in a safe environment. What does it mean to be sensitive to the Holy Spirit's prompting in this context? It means being attuned to God's guidance and direction in your conversations. Pay attention to those moments that seem to present an opportunity, and pray for wisdom to know how to proceed.